everybody, it's Collab, Save the Victor Roll. How's everybody doing today? Amazing, I hope. It is another video from Older Than Average YouTuber here on the YouTubes. And it is that time of month again to listen to my birds squawk and do my monthly collab with Makeup Therapy, my name twin. So this month we're playing with the Beauty Bay Botanical, and for some added shimmer, the Galactic Gourmande by Gourmande Girls. So if you want to see the look that I create and have a little chat, you're in the right place. And you know what you need to do? You need to keep on watching. So it has been a hot minute since I filmed and put some makeup on my face. You would have probably maybe seen my video of what's been going on and why I've been a little bit remiss in filming. So if I remember, I will pop it up there so you can take a look. So apparently a Beauty Bay is released, or has released, which I heard from a makeup twin, the 42 pan version of the Botanical palette. Now this was the palette that came out last year? Yes, I think it was last year. And I wasn't going to get the palette, but then my makeup twin did a live, did some swatches, and then I had to get this bad boy. So this is it. And when you're looking at it, except for the couple greens, you're thinking, that's really not the color story she normally goes for. But the swatches were so amazing, and I think I needed some cleansing balm, so I got myself this one here. Look how pretty this is. And whilst I think the shimmers from Beauty Bay have really improved, like this palette and the last few palettes I bought before that, I used to always have to tap them out because they would just start to split apart, but they've been getting way better. But since we're trying to work through our mass collection together, me and this gorgeous gal here, I just need, and she just needs to use these some more. So we thought it would be a perfect opportunity to break out the original of this, that now that they have a 42 pan, this one is their 21. And then, like I said, even though I've been really liking the new formula, we always try to, because we have such a mass collection, and I'm on a mostly no buy for the year, but I have gotten a few things since we started doing the collab last year and we put out our lists. So there may be some new things coming, but I thought we could use the Galactic Gourmande. It was on our list. It's one that we both have. We both love Gourmande Girls, and you know, just for that little extra, we thought this would go perfect. And then I've done my base already, but I thought I have a Beauty Bay highlighter, so I thought we could use that as well. And then I managed to, like I said, I'm trying to get a no buy, but ever since I borrowed this from Martha and filmed with this is the Cold Outside P. Louise blush palette. I've been obsessed with getting this, and I finally managed to get a new one from a Canadian gal for an awesome price via Poshmark, so I can finally call this my own. Getting stuff, you know, like from P. Louise, unless it's a big sale, whatever, with shipping and everything, it's just so expensive. So this gal buys a lot of her stuff, so I guess there's certain things if she gets duplicates or it's not what she likes color story wise, she puts them up for sale, and this one I'm very excited for, so we will use that as well. And there we go. So let's start to doing an eye look. So we're going to be mostly using the Botanical, and then, like I said, for our little, some people like to call them shim-shims, the shimmers, we are going to be playing with the Gourmande Girls for that. And yes, and as always, remember to check out Manuela's page. So I've been doing Mondays by the Decade. I'm a little bit behind. I need to do my 1950s pretty soon, hopefully in a week or so. She does Blue Mondays, which I really love, and this week's look was gorgeous. So definitely check out Makeup Therapy, aka Manuela, my name twin, whose Blue Mondays are always amazing. And then she does a lot of other fabulous collabs with other people. So her channel is great. Definitely check it out. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is prime our eyeballs. I am still happily using my P. Louise Rumor 2 base. So we're going to pop on a little bit of that. I know I've heard from some people that it doesn't always work with all eyeshadows. So far, I've been pretty lucky. I've been wanting to try the Beauty Bay primer. I hear that one's really good as well. So we're going to see how I did, as part of my what's been going on video, I did do my teeny weeny itty bitty Sephora haul. And there's something in there that if it doesn't work out, I need to go and buy the Beauty Bay version again, which I'm on the last container thereof. And maybe I might try their eye primer. I hear it is really, really good, but I've never had a chance to try it. I don't know, I've put it in my cart a few times and then I've taken it out. So probably because I have a few different eye primers, but I'm getting to the point where I'm going to be into, like my last tubes thereof. So I may need some soon. Okay. So this one is quite the neutral palette, again with pops of green, pops of coral, a little bit of purple. It is definitely, I would say, almost botanical. I think that color story is pretty close to a lot of things that you see in nature, more towards the greener plants than it is to the bright, colorful plants. You know, like the leaves and the ground, and sometimes when leaves at the ends will be a lighter color than the rest, they'll be like a little bit of beige or something as they get dark, and then herb colors. So I think they've done a pretty good job with this. So we are primed. We have, I think it is nice and settled in, so we can start a look. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to start, oh, you know what? I'm going to start with this gray shade here that is called Ash. So we are going to start with Ash, and then for now, I'm going to stick that on the outer corner. As always, I'm just kind of winging it. We just decided a few days ago what palettes we were going to use, and then since I'm on a home, like staycation, I better get filming this because when this is supposed to go up, I'm going to be back at work and I don't want to forget like I did last time, and I had to do it late in the day on the day of because I just got so sidetracked going, oh, I can do it tomorrow, and then never getting tomorrow, and then it was I woke up to her post and I was like, oh no, so I don't want to do that again. I want to really have fun with this look. So I'm going to do a nice, start with this nice gray on the outside. Even though I've been still playing, of course, with really bright colors. Remember, maybe I'll pop up a few looks that I've been doing the last little while. I have been doing more, I don't want to quite say subdued. They're still bright colors, but not as many crazy winged out, more rounded looks. Still making sure I'm playing with color because I love color. You know, every once in a while a neutral look is fine, but it's generally not my vibe. I've been a little bit more that I don't, if I do really bright colors, because I've kept the shape pretty manageable, I've enjoyed wearing bright eyelet looks out. So, and if my hair looks a little bit crazy, I'm going from black to try, because the hair to now finally started to come in gray, so I wanted to go from black to gray. So what I did was I lightened my dark hair. So I did 2 rounds of bleach. A third would have been optimal, but I didn't want to totally kill my hair. As you can tell, it's a little bit frizzy, but I've been using some stuff, bonding things and stuff to get it a little bit healthier. So, and then the semi-permanent color that I ended up putting on top went more, not quite gray, but almost more of a brown, even though it was supposed to be a very dark gray. But at least I've gone from permanent color to semi-permanent color. That wasn't a color that needed a developer, so I'm hoping when I'm ready to go again, I will cut a little bit of length off because it's quite long. I did do a butterfly cut, so I will, you know, maybe take a good chunk down, get a few more roots in to maybe about there, and then I'm going to try and do another bleach, and then hopefully I can get it light enough that I can put a nice semi-permanent or temporary kind of gray color just to keep it going as it's growing in, and see if I like that. If not, I can always color it black again, but it's so hard to get black out. Luckily it wasn't box dye. I had when I went from red to, what was it, yeah, I had gone from red to black, and then I had grown a lot of it out, and had just some colored hair for a little bit. That all grew out, so I think it was almost 99% natural hair when I started bleaching it. I like new colored hair, just didn't have old yellow or pink or whatever green hair. All the multicolors that I used to do, it was all just black, either from the salon or from Sally's, because I've been doing Sally's the last, I think, year and a half on my own. So there we go. I like that. So I'm slowly trying to light it without totally killing my hair, because I want to keep my hair, but at the same time, go and hold on, my screen is going dark here. There we go. Yeah, go lighter. So the semi-permanent should be, so when I do bleach again, it should be a little bit easier, I hope. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go, because I think I want to do a little bit of like purple in there. So we're gonna go for the front part. We're gonna use the shade that's called Pebble, so it is a lighter gray. So I'm going to do that in the front towards in the center. So yeah, so it was been a bit of a trial. I did film some of it. If my hair goes the way I want at the end, then I might show the how I started, and then how it ends up, how the look went, and then I can film another go at cutting my hair again. Brad Mondo's butterfly cut. He has one for the wolf cut. That would be easy to do, but I don't want, which used to be the shag. I don't want a shag, but I did want a few layers in, so it's a nice easy way to cut my hair and shorten bangs. It's pretty foolproof, so you should check out his video if you're wanting to have some curtain, some nice curtainy bangs and a few layers in the back. It is an almost a foolproof way to cut your hair. So there we go. Yeah, I think that's better. Alrighty. So I really want to use this shade here that's called a Waterfall. So it is this purpley shimmer. So I think in the middle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit, okay, I'm going to take the purple shade that's in here, the one that's called Eggplant, but to do it very lightly, really blown out in the center, and then we can add that shimmer on top. So I'm just going to take some, tap it out on my hand, and gently stick that in the middle. There we go. So for the bottom lash line, let's just go back into ash and then just do the gray along the bottom. Okay, so there we go. So in the Gourmande, Galactic Gourmande, I think I want, okay, let's pick a few. So this is the one that's called M81. This is kind of pinky, which might look nice on top of that purple. Because it's kind of a grayish, we could do a blue, like Sirius. And then we also have Luna. Ooh, this one's nice. Look at that. Alrighty. Let's go and swatch them all. So this is Celestial. And then we have Comet. It has some greens and purple in it. And then we've got Europa. Like I said, I've also been wanting to do Waterfall. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Waterfall for the inner corner and the front, and then I'm going to take, because Comet does have some pink in it and a blue. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of Sirius, and then I'm going to see what that looks like on the outer end. If this looks crazy, yeah. Yes, because this has a, like here you're looking at blue, but when I'm looking in my mirror here, it's purple. Can you see? It does have that purple. See, there you go. You can see it purple, but here it's looking way more blue. All right, so then for the front, I said I wanted to use waterfall, so I am going to use that. I think those two go well together. I really do like the putty texture of the Beauty Bay shimmers. That looks good. And then for the inner corner of the eye, I want to add just add a little bit of that. So let's just add a little of that celestial just because I like it. So I'm just going to futz around here for a little bit. Okay, just for a moment, I'm going to leave the eyes. Let's do our blush and highlighter. I haven't decided what I want to do for lips yet and if I want to use an eyeliner. So let's take a break from the eyeballs. Okay, so here we go. We have the Cold Outside. You can get this. They did start selling these separately. It was, I want to say, November of last year's budget box. And Martha got it. She was kind enough to borrow it, lend it to me, and then Wilma got me the palette. And then I got this here. And look at it. Oh, and I loved every single shade. Every shade worked perfectly. I could go to town because I do love a lot of blush and everything would turn out. So there we go. I love this. So going to grab, so I brought myself two brushes to use. One to do really diffused and then one if I want a little bit more. So I'm going to start with the kind of diffusey shade and I'm going to go with, because they don't have names, so I'm going to go with the one here, this nice bright pink one, and we're going to start with that. And since doing my like 1920s and 30s and stuff, I discovered that I'm going back to the old way where I used to do blush. So instead of doing it more stripey up this way, I'm back to making it look more like flushed cheeks more down. I do seem to like that a lot better. So that looks so there. And then I'm going to go into, we're going to go into the kind of the next brightest but darker, because there's a light but pale bright, but that one's pretty bright there, but it's a bit darker. So we're going to do that. So excited to have this palette, let me tell you. All right, and then for highlighter, we are going to use, so this is from a Beauty Bay. This is in the shade Flash. I'm not sure if they sell these anymore. I did see it a little while back, but I quite like their highlighter. This one is not quite champagne-y, not quite white, just like almost in between a champagne and a white one. And look how blingy that is. It's beautiful and blingy. We will be doing something with our hair, don't worry. Alrighty, and then we'll figure out what we wanted to do with our lips. Alright, so now continuing on the eyes, besides mascara, I did bring a black liner if I wanted to do a wing, which I think I do. And then this one also has a cute little stamp on it. So I'm just going to take my mirror. Okay, so that liner, I'm going to go back again into that gray shade. That way it lightens the liner a little bit, doesn't make it look as intense. I'm going to get it back some of that gray a little bit. I can't remember if I've ever seen a gray eyeliner, like liquid one, pencil one, of course. Right. Alrighty, so I'm going to go and do something with my hair, with my lips, put on some mascara, and we will be back. Here we are, all complete. I use the Glam Light A Nightmare Before, I was gonna say A Nightmare Before Christmas, A Nightmare on Elm Street Lippy, like so. did a quick roll in a flower, put in a pair of my favorite earrings, and our look is complete. And there we go. So that is my monthly collab with makeup therapy, playing with the Beauty Bay Botanical palette. The gorgeous one here. And a little bit of help from Galactic Gourmande by the Gourmande girls for a little extra shimmer. And here we go. Oh, what's going on here? Anyways, that's it for me. Let me know if you have this palette. If you are buying that 42 pan palette, Beauty Bay, they keep upping their game. But anyways, that's it for me today. If you like this video, please give a like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe even hit that notification bell. If not, that's okay. We can still be friends and do collabs with my gorgeous pal, my name twin, Makeup Therapy. Remember to check out her channel, and as always, behave, make good choices, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.